friends, it's Nancy. Move this up a bit, make sure we're in frame. Haven't been doing anything too exciting this week. In fact, pretty much nothing. But I thought, oh, well, I'll make a short video, let you know what I have been up to. So, Gail Agostinelli had been making some videos. I don't know if she's still making these ephemera videos or not. I've actually haven't looked at a video for days. But she was making these she's been making pockets out of number 10 envelopes. Well, I don't have any number 10. I only have these, well, they're number 10, but they're business envelopes. So I've just been covering those over. So I thought, oh, I'll play around with that because I had this package of papers. I got them for $1 at a craft sale I went to, was that 2 weeks ago? So it came with a sheet of stickers. I don't know that I'll ever use those, but all of these double-sided papers, which are cute. I think it's interesting because the original price on the paper was $1.20 each. So I think I did okay getting them for $1. So I'll finish them up. So here's the two I did make. And so they have a tuck spot there, a tuck spot there, and then the ones she made had like this open, so this was a tuck spot. But on this one I just closed it, and I thought it'll get adhered into a page so that it's open. Just gonna trim that little thread off. So they're pretty colors. I like them. I might finish off the ones that I had started. We'll see. Might get bored. Also had been working on some clusters. So I've included lace and papers and little things. Did some machine stitching on some of them. So this has 3 kinds of lace, 2 kinds of paper, and then this little die cut. Some of them I put stamps on. This one actually has a label, big label. I haven't inked any of these, but I will when I use them. This one has a little applique on it. This one has airmail envelope. Sometimes I used a little die cut, or not a die cut, but a fussy cut that I cut out of a book. That one's pretty. It's got some handwritten recipe there. This one has a little photo. I'll just throw them in my box over here. So that's something fun to do while I'm sitting in front of the TV watching. Well, this weekend I've been watching Outlander. The 4th season has been uploaded to Netflix, so I've been watching that. Next up, oh, I did a bunch of tea dyeing yesterday. Even though it was sunny yesterday, but it was cold and windy. So the first batch I had to run around the backyard picking up. Dried pretty quick though. The second batch, it got dark before it was completely dry, so I brought them in and hung them up on a drying rack, and they're fine this morning. So I did a ton of tea dyeing. It was 4 degrees Celsius yesterday. That's probably just 40 degrees Celsius or Fahrenheit, I think. So it was on the cooler side, but it was sunny and breezy. Anyway, this patchwork I started last week by using stabilizer, an iron-on stabilizer that you can peel the paper off. I decided to leave the paper on because I thought, well, that will prevent glue from leaking through the fabric, and I mean, it's stitched right to the paper, so it's not like it's going to separate or anything. So I have used an old book that had some pretty soft corners, so I wasn't going to use it as a journal cover. It was just a little beyond the pale. And I reinforced the spine by adding a piece of cardstock down the center and then gluing. I don't even know what this stuff is. It's like this cloth kind of stuff, but it came in a big roll. I got it at the Weigh and Pay a long time ago. But it doesn't tear, and it's really strong, so I've been using that to reinforce my spines, but it's because it's cloth, it's still really flexible. So just wanted to tell you about how I glued this down. So opening up the book flat, I started by just gluing the top surface of the spine, and I left about an inch, 3/4 of an inch all the way around, and I did have some leftovers. So that's what that paper looks like on the back. It's really, really thin and it's flexible. So I'll be able to use that for pockets and maybe some tags or something. And I used Fabri-Tac because it really grabs fast. And then I let that dry for a little while. Then I went in and I did the curve, this indent. And again, I used the Fabri-Tac, and then I went along with the back of this tool and just pushed it down in there to make sure that it was really stuck in there. Let that dry for a while. Then I used PVA. I just got this. This is the first time I've used it. And I thought, you know, this gives you a little more time to work, and I can brush it on so I can get a smooth layer of glue between the patchwork and the cover. And it does take a little while to dry. So this bottle I got, it's called PVA, and I got it at Curry's art store in the book binding section. It's not with the like the other adhesives. It's with in the book binding section. So I'm not entirely sure what all the benefits are exactly. I know that it's pH neutral, so it's acid free, or I don't know if it's acid free, but it's been buffered in some way so that the acid doesn't react. And it's used for paperboard framing, collage, crafts, and book binding. It says it's a museum quality adhesive. So I thought, all right, well, I'm going to give this a shot. So this is an 8-ounce, 8-ounce bottle. It looks and smells like ordinary white Elmer's glue. A little easier to move than Elmer's glue, a little less, I don't know if sticky's the word, but somewhat thinner. So I just used a wide brush and just went and then I just brushed it across the cover, put the fabric down, and it's dry now. So I can flip it over. So I'm going to show you how I do the edges, and I know that there are some kind of folks who watch my videos who are a little new to it, so I'm gonna, sorry for my reach. Isn't that beautiful? Don't want to use it. Anyway, so I thought, well, I will show you how I cover a journal. So the most necessary part for me is these clips. You can buy these in a round plastic container at Staples or another office store. Me, I find them in thrift stores. I have a whole bag of them down there somewhere. But these are the ones I like for this purpose. So one of the things that's great about this is really flexible and really thin, so I don't need to do any cutting to make it wrap around. I'm going to start at the corners first, and I'm going to use the Fabri-Tac because, like I said, it grabs fast. So this has got a little lip here. I'm just going to trim off so it doesn't, I'm not, sorry, I better make sure this is in the cover, or in the camera. I'm not trimming off the corner, it's just this piece of fabric that's been pushed up from years of use. This is an old textbook. So I'm just going to put some Fabri-Tac right there on the corner. And then being careful, I'll use my pokey tool, being careful not to pull up that corner because, like I said, it's soft. Just going to pull that forward at a 90-degree angle here, so that just like a bed sheet. Okay, so I'm just going to take a little clip, and it's stuck, but I just want to make sure it's really stuck. I'll do the same to all four corners. I woke up with a sore neck this morning. I had the windows open, so I don't know if that's the cause of my discomfort. But it's nice having the windows open. I'm so hot all the time. Trimming that down a smidgy. I have a brand new bottle in the living room where I was working on my clusters, and I should go get it so it isn't such a nightmare, but I probably won't because I'm lazy. Press that corner down, wrap it up. Okay. So just make sure you're pulling this straight. You don't want your seams to go all cockeyed. It doesn't matter if the glue gets on the, kind of seeps out a bit on the book board itself, because it's going to be covered. The inside's going to be covered. It's hard work when your neck is killing you. All right. See how that's going? And then we're going to do these sides. Now, it's going to be fine. You don't have to worry about it being too thick in here. It's going to be just great. But you can sort of trial it first to make sure you got the angle correct. That's going to be fine. It's also going to be just fine. You're just going for neatness at this point. Okay. Come on, glue. last but not least, got a glue booger to remove. Alright, so that's it for the time being. This is going to be somewhat larger journal. Let's see. About 9.5 by 7. So that's going to be a good size. Spine won't be as big, maybe. About 7/8 across. So anyway, thanks for watching the video, and come back again to see how I make out with the rest of this journal. I'm going to make another fabric book plate that I learned from, can't remember who, another junk journaler on YouTube, and start putting the pages together. So if you want to follow along, hit the subscribe button, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.